there is something I would like to cover in a short video. The World of Warcraft new expansion launch has just been streamed live, and they have updated the website with all of the information regarding the expansion pack. So I decided I wanted to hop in and see what was going on. I've been playing World of Warcraft since the release of Wrath of the Lich King. It was my first MMORPG game, and I've played all of the expansions since World of Warcraft Dragonflight, the Dragon Isles Awakening. Everybody loves dragons, right? That will save World of Warcraft is what they are thinking, I assume. But I decided to give this one a shot. We always loved the Dragonflight and the lore surrounding it as we were playing. So, story overview. Discover the Dragon Isles. The Dragonflights of Azeroth have returned. Call upon them to defend their ancestral home, the Dragon Isles. Surging with elemental magic and the life energies of Azeroth, the Isles are awakening once more, and it is up to you to explore their primordial wonder and discover long-forgotten secrets. I mean, they always know how to sell lore bits. They just have to pull them off right, I assume. So let's watch this little video here. It's a bit awkward. Back where it all began.
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers.
That was a pretty shitty decision.
The land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. You will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
I'll go with it. I just got effed. I got F2. Good thing there's one guy left, right? Well. This guy got F2. Wow. Intriguing.
The world is healing, but her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
They always do their cinematics right. They always get people hyped up for the expansion, but they need to deliver, which is the most important thing right now. They need to deliver on the hype, which is a bit harder than it used to be right now, I think. I'm not a big lore nerd, so I like lore in World of Warcraft, but I do not know that much about it. It looks okay. So a Dragthyr Evoker. Dominate the Dragon Isles as a newly awakened Dragthyr Evoker, World of Warcraft's first ever playable race and class combo. I'm curious as to how they will do this. I mean, I don't think we ever had something that was a race and a class at the same time, not allowing this specific race to get the other classes, which is a bit strange. I wonder how that will look in the character creation screen. Iconic Heritage. Dragthyr Evokers freely switch between two customizable forms, choosing between a humanoid visage and a fearsome draconic form to battle foes and overcome obstacles. So I'm assuming this is very Worgen-esque. I'm assuming they will do something that looks the same here. So you'll be able to customize the appearance of the draconic form, and you will be able to customize the humanoid form, even though they do look like reskinned blood elves to me. I don't know if that's a thing. It's just me if I see the stance and their posture, it sort of looks like a reskinned blood elf, but that is my personal opinion. Dragthyr Evokers seek to forge their own path in Azeroth and willingly fight for both the Horde or the Alliance, so that is a Pandaren thing. It will probably look the same in the character creation screen, on which they can choose which banner to follow into. No, I like the screenshots of these, but I prefer the draconic form a lot more than the humanoid form. Delve into the story of the Dragthyr in a brand new starting experience and learn how to use your new abilities before venturing full. But then I wonder if they will have this intro experience just for the Dragthyr Evokers, or that the other races and classes would be able to do this intro area as well. Dragthyr Evokers can fight from mid-range with claws and fiery breath attacks, so devastation, or drop on the life-giving magics of renewal to bolster their allies, and that is preservation. I suppose they only have two talent trees. One is the, what I guess, range DPS sort of mage caster sort of thing, and then a healer sort of thing, which would be the preservation. So that might be interesting, but we've seen a lot of the classes that have both a range DPS spec and a healer spec, so we'll have to find out what that looks like. Also has a video here, so watch it. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for not lowering the audio, but I do want the full experience here. So that's just showcasing a little bit. Okay. Casting animations look pretty good. The whole model looks pretty cool too. The empowered abilities. Dragthyr Evokers can empower their draconic abilities through magic. Charge up your attacks and unleash them at the right moment to maximize their effects. I'm assuming it's sort of the same as the auras that a paladin has, which is what I'm wondering. But I will have to look into how they actually put it in the game as well. But I mean, the models look fine and the class looks fun, so if I decide to give this game a shot, I will probably train up a Tractor Evoker to see what it goes. Become a Dragon Rider. I'm having Aragon vibes here. Master the art of dragon riding, a new form of aerial movement. Explore the land and obtain 4 new Dragon Isles drakes. Unique, customizable mounts that can be truly made your own. With millions of possible combinations to choose from, no 2 drakes will look the same. Most of the models look relatively similar, but I wonder how they will add the millions of combinations that they advertise here, and how the customization will work. Mastering disguise. Use your new riding abilities to keep yourself and your drake in the air, but beware. The denizens of the Dragon Isles will knock out inexperienced dragon riders right out of the sky. Interesting. Special moves. As you grow in skill, you and your drake will master new maneuvers, fight against exhaustion and the pull of the earth, and soar above the Dragon Isles. So it does seem like a skill that you will have to master a lot more than just summoning your flying mount and flying around. But I'm still looking into how the leveling up will work, how you will train the skill. Talented Rider. Continue to improve your dragon riding skill at max level by hunting down ancient glyphs and advancing your new dragon riding skill tree. I don't like the sound of that. Hunting down ancient glyphs just seems like a grind again. More customization. Once you reach maximum level, you can conquer additional challenges all over Dragon Isles to unlock even more customization options for your drakes. What I read here is that they will actually get you the customization options from stuff you can do in-game and not microtransaction-y, but I'm sure they will find a way to add microtransactions inside of it one way or another. The Dragon Isles are the ancestral home of the Dragonflights of Azeroth. When the world was broken apart in the Great Sundering, magic drained away and the land went dormant, which is what we saw in the cinematic. As the Dragon Isles awaken, so too do old feuds and long dormant threats. So the first zone we have is the Waking Shores. On invitation of Alexstrasza, heroes of the Horde and Alliance will arrive to aid the Red Dragonflight in this vibrant, roiling land. Here, Raffian will call upon Azeroth champions to help him reclaim the Black Dragonflight's citadel from the enemy hands. I'm guessing this will be one of the dungeons or raids that they will add. Onaran Plains. These verdant grasslands are home to the mighty Maruk Centaur tribes, who long ago forged a bond with the Green Dragonflight, but since the death of Viscera, the Green Dragons face an uncertain future. Interesting. Not much to tell here, seems like a big grassland. The Azure Span, okay, this gives me Grizzly Hills vibes from Wrath of the Lich King, which was my favorite zone, so this is good with the big pine trees and the big grass fields. Holding the magical archives of the Blue Dragonflight, the Azure Span stretches from coastal Tuscarora villages through a sprawling forest tundra, all the way to looming spires of ice and snow. Tribes of gnolls and furbolgs call these ancient lands home. Okay. Do we get another Hogger 2.0? That'd be nice. Veldrassus. Okay. Seems like an area for a capital city, if I remember. Well, not remember, if that is what I feel like if I see the little screenshot here. The seat of power for the aspects and their flights. Veldrassus stands as a shining beacon of the Dragon's Kingdom. It is also here that the Brown Dragonflight watches over the timeways, ensuring both the past and the future of Azeroth remain secure. So this will be Chromie Heaven, I'm assuming. Okay, the Forbidden Reach. A lot of these zones look very similar, so I wonder if they will feel unique enough as we get to explore them. Located off the coast of the Dragon Isles, the Forbidden Reach was fashioned by Neltharion the Earth Warden to serve as a training ground for his ultimate soldiers, the Drakthir, which is where the racing clubs come in, I'm assuming. Might be where the new starting zone gets started. But in the aftermath of a terrible battle, the island has lain dormant and abandoned for ages until the return of an ancient enemy causes the Drakthir to stay. That rhymes. Interesting. Next up, Ride or Die, so back with the Dragon Rider stuff. I do like the way this looks because it does look like a skill to master, a lot more than the regular flying mounts. Also gives us a nice look around the Dragon Isles that we cannot see from the screenshots. So it looks like a very lush green area. This looks like a breath of fresh air for the World of Warcraft universe with a lot more colors. This might be a pretty good change. Okay, dive down and gain momentum as you rapidly descend, then unfurl your dragon's wings and use your dragon riding skills to stay afloat. Take in your surroundings as you look for the perfect landing spot or surprise your foes with death from above. Okay, this sounds interesting because that means that we can get into combat in midair, which is interesting. I wonder how they will input the way that works. Personally, from the things we see here, it does look like it might be a fun grind. The drakes do look very cool. I wonder how the customization will work. Will it be armor pieces? Will it be color schemes in the wings and stuff? Patterns? That's what I think. And how they will implement the customization of the drake. A lot of questions still remain. Discover new ways to play. Dragonflight brings significant updates to the existing game systems. Experience the largest talent system revamp yet. Again, so that is interesting. We'll see where that goes. The HUD improvements, along with a whole new crafting and profession system. I mean, will it be a breath of fresh air for veterans than people like me that have been playing this game for over 10 years? Probably, but will it be good? That is the big $1 million question. Find new ways to adventure across Azeroth. So we have the new talent system, we have professions and crafting, and a new HUD interface. So let me just open these up for a second. Okay, you can already tell that the talent tree looks a lot different. Gain talent point with each level up and spend them in 2 distinct talent trees. So does that mean that all of the classes will get moved down to 2 talent trees? While some of them even have 4 right now? That seems like a big step. It might make it easier for new people to join in, which is probably what you're planning to do with this. But will it be good? That is the crafting thing, I suppose. Blacksmithing recipes. I mean, this looks pretty easy to navigate, which is probably what they're going for. Doesn't seem like it changed much. Just looks different. Become a Dragon Isles artisan and fulfill crafting orders for your realm. Will that be like a new world's village hamlet thing, which you have to get resources to increase village in size? Is that going to be what you're trying to do here? Hunt down rare ingredients and create ever more wondrous items as you unlock specializations for your profession. Profession specializations. Interesting. So you want to limit the talent trees to 2 per class, but then you want to add talent trees to your professions, is what I'm getting from this. Okay, might be interesting, I don't know. Up next, we've revamped WoW's HUD UI from the ground up. The new edit mode feature allows players to move, tweak, and personalize UI elements like never before, while still retaining a familiar look and feel. So what they did is added Bartender 4 in the vanilla game. Sure, I mean, the whole vibe I'm getting here is that they try to make it more easily accessible for new players to get inside of the game, which is probably what they're doing because their numbers have dropped relentlessly. So it seems easier to navigate, but adding customization, I mean, that's nothing that we couldn't do by installing 1 or 2 add-ons. Alright, additional features. Oh, we're getting to the end of the page, I'm assuming, so we'll look into this some other time. New level cap, okay, that's as per the usual, and increase it with another 10 levels. I think, if I remember correctly, Shadowlands get you to 60. I don't even remember the max level cap, that's how much I've played Shadowlands. Okay. Ascend to new heights of power as you explore the Dragon Isles, earning new talents every step of the way to level 70. Okay. New dungeons, obviously. Fight to reclaim Nelfaris, the stronghold of the Black Dragonflight. That's what I thought when they mentioned that Rapion would recruit us to get it back from the enemy. So that will be one of the dungeons. We will explore previously unknown chambers of Uldaman, so that is a reskin of a dungeon/instance we already have. And then defend the life pools of the Red Dragonflight, and life pools of the Red Dragonflight is new because that doesn't ring a bell. New raid. Venture into the ancient prison of the Primal Incarnates before malevolent power can be unleashed against the dragon aspect. So the Primal Incarnates will be our arch nemesis in this expansion. I wonder where they got the Primal Incarnates from. So that seems like it's a straight up copy of the Primals in Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm not sure how to feel about that. I mean, we'll have to find out. And then we have the media gallery with some screenshots. So let's just look through these screenshots relatively quickly. So this is sort of the desolated island stuff we saw at the beginning of the cinematic. These all just look like stills from a cinematic, which is probably what they are. Okay, now we are getting into the game. So that's the 4 Dragonflights. It's also in the cinematic. Okay, this looks interesting. That is a very detailed screenshot. I wonder if the dragons would actually, or the dragon aspects would actually look like this in game. It's very detailed with the wings and stuff, so that looks relatively nice. Then some zones. I mean, they look pretty nice, but I'm getting vibes from like the Blood Elf starting zone, sort of. I don't remember what it's called, but that's what this makes me feel like. I'm guessing this will be this beacon they lit up in the cinematic, and I'm guessing this will be one of the dungeons or raids. This gives me Black Temple vibes. Okay, then we have the more snowy area, which is back with the Grizzly Hills. As I said, Grizzly Hills, my favorite zone in Wrath of the Lich King, and probably in the entire game, next to the Grand. But I mean, it looks relatively okay. Another image of the zones, looks like a lot of ruined buildings. Oof. I don't like the way these textures look. And basically, this screenshot makes me think of a primal summoning in Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm guessing this will be one of the subjects of the primal incarnates, and these are the centaurs that he spoke about, summoning them, I suppose. But it basically looks like a summoning ritual from Final Fantasy, summoning primals. The big one in the middle is just a reskinned air elemental. This looks like the demon hunter starting area. I mean, seeing the screenshots makes me think that there's a lot more variety than I thought there would be when I saw the original zone images. But a lot of them look similar to zones we already have. Okay, then we have reskinned elks and the dry mount things. This whole picture gives me the grand vibes as well. So I feel like they taken some of the players' favorite zones in the game and put them in a different code, sort of. But I'm sure a lot of people will feel the same vibe as I'm feeling with these images. Okay. This again reminds me of the Blood Elf starting area with more dragons. But I mean, I like the way it looks though. Seems like there's a lot of lore bits to discover. And then we are back at the start. That should be it, right? Beta and game updates. Opt in for a chance to beta test Dragonflight before it's released. You'll also receive news and updates about the game. So I did sign up for the beta. If I get allowed in, I will get a better idea if I want to give the game a try. I'm sure a lot of people will get excited about the whole Dragonflight sort of skill thing. People like dragons in general, people that like fantasy teams, so that might get people hyped up for it. But otherwise, it just looks like a generic expansion, reskinning of a lot of elements that we already have. So, I mean, it's hard to say that I'm not excited, but I feel like, nah, it's a World of Warcraft expansion, probably play it for a while, but will it be what the game needs to get me back into it full time? Probably not. We'll find out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.